Hey, welcome. Today, we're going to look past all the noise, all the hype, and really dig into a massive shift in how the internet could work. We're going to talk about who actually controls your digital life, and, more importantly, how a different kind of web might just put that power right back in your hands. Seriously, just pause for a second and think about that. An internet where your digital identity, your photos, your private messages, all of it actually belongs to you, not to some giant company that can sell it, lose it, or just decide to take it away. It sounds kind of radical, but this isn't science fiction. It's the core promise of what we call the decentralized web. And it's a question a lot of us have probably asked ourselves. The early internet, it was all about this vision of a decentralized world, open connections for everyone. So what happened? How did we get from that dream to, well, the walled gardens and data monopolies we're all stuck in today? To really get where we're going, we first have to be honest about where we are right now. So let's just break down the promises the current web it hasn't kept. Okay, so what's so wild about this is the gap, right, between the vision and what we actually got. The dream was this amazing global village built on openness, freedom, connection. But the reality? Our data is locked up tight in corporate silos. Our content can just vanish if someone decides they don't like it. And these massive privacy breaches, they're not even surprising anymore. They're just part of the weekly news cycle. The thing is, we traded that decentralization for convenience, and these are the very real consequences. And look, this isn't some abstract, high-level problem. This stuff affects every single one of us. I mean, have you ever worried about a data breach leaking your personal info? Or thought about what would happen if that platform where you've saved years of photos just shuts down? Boof, gone. Or maybe you've had a post taken down with no real explanation. These aren't glitches. They're symptoms of a system that's way too centralized. All right, so that's the problem. Pretty clear, right? Now let's talk about the solution. And I want to be super clear here. When we talk about decentralization, we have to look beyond all the buzz and focus on the actual foundational technology. This is so important, because the second you say decentralized, a lot of people's minds jump straight to crypto or NFTs or whatever the latest craze is. And yeah, they're part of the story, but they are not the whole story, not even close. The underlying tech, that's where the real power to change things is. So at the very heart of this is something called a peer-to-peer network. Basically, there's no middleman. Think of it this way. Instead of everyone uploading their photos to one central company server, you and your friends just share them directly between your own devices. It's a complete flip in how information moves around. And these are the big building blocks for this new web. You've got technologies like IPFS, which stands for Interplanetary File System, cool name, right? That lets us find files based on what they are, not where they are. Then you have the peer-to-peer networks we just talked about for direct connections. And on top of that, distributed ledgers that give us a secure way to keep track of everything without needing one single boss. You put them together and you get a way more robust, way more resilient internet. So what actually happens when you start building with these new blocks? Well, you get some incredibly powerful benefits. And we're not just talking about cool new features. These are like the fundamental pillars of a much freer digital world. Okay, this first pillar is a total game changer. True data ownership. It means your digital identity, your files, your friends list, it all belongs to you. To you. You can let an app use it, sure, but you can also take that permission back whenever you want. You are finally in control. The second pillar is all about censorship resistance. Think about it. When information is spread out across a whole network of computers instead of sitting on one company's server, no single person or company or government can just hit a delete button and make it disappear. This is the foundation for information that can't be erased and for genuine free expression. And this right here, this shows you the third pillar perfectly, interoperability. Right now, your data is trapped. You can't just take your followers from one social media app over to a new one. But with open protocols, your social network isn't tied to one company. It's yours, and it moves with you, kind of like how your phone number moves with you when you switch carriers. It's your data, your connections, wherever you go. So this all sounds amazing in theory, right? But is any of this, real? Is it actually happening? Oh, absolutely. Let's take a look at how these ideas are already taking shape out there in the real world today. Yeah, this isn't just about some far-off future. It's happening now. We already have secure messaging apps that can't be spied on. We have decentralized ways to share files. There are even early versions of decentralized social media apps, or dApps. And the future possibilities, they're even more exciting. I mean, imagine truly private healthcare records that only you control, or social media platforms that just can't be shut down. This tech could even create communication networks that stay online during a natural disaster when all the central servers go down.
Okay, so you can see the potential here, right? It's huge. The big question then becomes, what about you? What's your role in actually shaping this future?
First things first, let's be real. This isn't a magic bullet. It's an evolution, not an overnight revolution. The decentralized web is still being built piece by piece, and there are absolutely challenges to solve. But it is a journey worth taking, and it is happening as we speak. And you can totally be a part of it. You don't have to be some expert coder to get involved. Seriously, you can start small. Try out a browser that blocks all those creepy trackers by default. Check out a decentralized app for sharing files or creating content. Honestly, the most powerful thing you can do is just start learning, experimenting a little, and sharing what you find with other people.
Ultimately, it all boils down to this one question. The next version of the internet is being built right now, as we speak. So are you going to be just another user, consuming whatever the big companies decide to create for you? Or are you going to be a builder, an active participant in creating a more open, a more fair, and a freer digital world? The choice really is ours to make.